All right, good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Sorry that we haven't posted in a little while. I've been dealing with some health issues the last couple weeks, and so we haven't been out in the trailer and doing any camping or adventuring for that matter. Luckily, things are getting a little bit better, but now, today, we have to take the trailer in for some more repairs. So we've had this trailer for
a year and a half.
And so this is our second time bringing it in. The first time we brought it in was, what, maybe just a few months after we
No, it was a year. It was almost a year. It was just under a year. It was the winter before. We brought it in February. With
the jack?
Mm-hmm.
So, explain what were some of the things we had on the first time around. So we had a jack that didn't work. We have a power tongue jack, and
that awesome when it works.
Yeah, awesome when it works, but it didn't. And so I had to hand crank it for a while. And so we brought it in to get that fixed. We had issues with the door not closing, the latch not lining up, and so the door wasn't closing, so we had to get that fixed.
The cabinet above the sink would pop open as we traveled down the road, so your stuff would fall out if you didn't have one of those bars in there.
Right.
We had a water heater. We got a bug in our water heater.
It started on fire.
And it caught a bug on fire, and it burned up
right.
some mechanical piece in the water heater.
We didn't know it was a bug that started on fire. We thought that the water heater had started on fire, and they said, no, you got bugs in that thing. So a little bit of a tip, we have a wire mesh around it now to keep any bugs out of it, but if bugs do get in that, it can cause a fire in your water heater. Luckily, it just smoked for a couple seconds and then went out on its own, but it can be pretty dangerous, I guess. And then last but not least, we had a baseboard that fell off, and so that's got to get repaired again this time around. So we'll show you.
Yeah,
this is our... Whoa! This is our baseboard. Now this baseboard is supposed to be underneath the slide, of course, but the problem is we brought this in last time to get it fixed because it pulled away. And what happened was there's some wiring underneath that as the slide was going out, or the slide was coming in. As the slide comes in, the wires were catching this, and it just yanked it right off. So we brought it in to have them fix it. Well, fortunately, they ordered a new piece, but they didn't fix the wiring problem. And so the next time we brought it out, guess what happened? The thing came off again. And what's terrible about it is this takes a lot of time for them to get this piece in. Last time, I think they had it for a couple months. And not only that, but it destroyed our floor. So, let me show you.
The first time it damaged the board, so they replaced the board. This time they put bigger screws in.
There we go. It's going to be kind of hard to see. But if you look right here on the right where the shadow is, I'll try to get less shadow. There's a big giant scratch right there. Yeah, go ahead. So there's a big scratch right there. It goes all the way out. And then there's a big scratch there. Big scratch here.
This one goes all the way. You can see.
I mean, you're talking a good...
It goes all the way through the vinyl flooring, like it damaged the board underneath.
And so then you got a lot of different holes here.
Right, it's from all where the screws were.
And this was the wiring here that caught and then pulled that thing off. So. All right, so hopefully we don't have any issues with getting everything repaired. We've got an extended warranty on it, so I would probably advise, if you have the budget for it, to get the extended warranty, because I think we were a little naive when we bought this, especially buying a higher end model, a Lance model, which would be comparable to maybe like an Airstream. You know, Airstreams of course are double the price of the Lance, but we thought since we're paying a good amount of money for this that we wouldn't have as many repairs. But I think we're just naive. It's going to happen to any RV or motorhome, whether you spend, you know, $20,000 or you spend over $100,000. You're going to have these same issues because it's like a, what do they say? It's like an earthquake
going down the road every time.
What else is on your list of things? I know we've got...
the microwave pops out.
It's like popping out.
The bolts on one side of it, or I don't know if the bolt came out or what, so it's still connected on the right side, so I'm not concerned about it completely falling out, but it has pulled away from the cabinet. Every time once we get where we're going, the TV is out against the slide, so whatever locking mechanism is back there is no longer locking. We also have the drawer in the bathroom that just slides out, so they're supposed to have that automatic catch on it, so when you go down the road, they stay closed. One of them no longer stays closed. I know I wanted to see about maybe pulling out our awning again, because the one leg was making that horrible grinding noise. So I don't know if that's something that we should try again and see. Maybe it's just a WD-40 fix.
Yeah, probably. We'll do that first, probably.
Yeah. The main door, so last time they had to, like Jason said, had to fix the main door because it wasn't shutting properly. It worked for, I don't know, the first 2 times we used it, and then it stopped working again. So it seems like what the problem is that the door is like cockeyed. So I don't know if they can adjust it or what. Also with the door, there's a stopper so that when you open the door, it actually stops halfway out instead of opening all the way to the trailer. And when we were in Utah in April, Jason opened the door and there was a big gust of wind came by and hit it and just slammed the door open and busted that rod. So we'll need to get that rod replaced.
I didn't do that.
No, wasn't you. Yeah, and I think that's it. And then we just had the question of because we want to put the TV outside. We did that last time, but there's no true bracket to hold the TV outside, so we made this nice little safety net in case it fell. It never fell, but so we want to see about what kind of bracket, what piece we're missing so that we can mount the TV outside. But.
Yep, so that's it. So hopefully we'll get this thing back here in a couple months and then get back out on the road and do some more camping and traveling and what have you. So anyway, we'll take it to the dealership, and then I'm going to have a little bit of video when the guy comes in so we can kind of get an idea of what they think about some of the fixes and what they're going to do about it. So hopefully we don't run into any issue. Last time, anytime even if you have a warranty, they always like to try to fight you on some of these things. So I'll be curious to see what they have to say, especially about this awning board, not awning board, what was that thing? Fascia board coming off again. So anyway.
And then the drawer, wow, that's yeah, pretty right.
Yeah, so this just going over it. When we brought it in last time, the fascia board had popped off and was actually it hadn't popped off. It was damaged. So it's like the wires under here are too short.
Okay.
And so when the slide comes in, it actually damaged this board. So when we brought it in last year, they had it for a while because they had to replace this fascia board.
Okay.
Now, what they did is they put mega screws in here.
Yeah.
But they didn't fix the wiring. So the wiring was still short. So when we pulled the slide in, it popped the screws out and just completely gutted the floor.
Annihilated it.
And damaged the wall over here because it had a screw on the side over here too.
The whole entire floor.
Is there another light that I can turn on?
What they didn't do
It's like this whole piece right here.
This is the issue, and they never fixed this issue. And they knew, but for some reason they didn't do anything with the wiring. So the next time
all
we
they did
use
was
it,
just fix the board.
it's gone.
So this one I'm probably going to have to get my supervisor involved in.
Yeah.
But that is rough.
Yeah.
So I'll have to take some pictures and obviously send it to. We've got an outside company that does linoleum repair.
Okay.
See if this is something that's repairable. If it's not, he may have to cut the linoleum and splice in a new piece, and then we'll do the other repair.
Yeah.
That's something I'll have to find out this next week and go from there.
All right.
The drawer in the kitchen.
It's how it ends up just falling back down.
Okay.
So it's just the arm on here.
Okay.
Um,
Erase that. And then the bathroom drawer that doesn't slide properly.
Yeah, actually, I'll just let you go in there. It's open, so you can see.
Okay.
It doesn't stay shut.
And the TV was out again, so tell them that that's not
okay.
sticking. Then don't break the microwave.
And the TV, every time we drive,
Mhm.
it pops out, so then it's laying against the slide.
It's not locking
So
in.
it's not actually locking into place.
Which is weird because it feels like it's locked right now, right? But as you drive, that thing pops out. So I don't know what's happening.
It's gonna take a lot of force for me to pull that out.
Yeah. It's whacking up against the slide. All right, so just like that, trailer's dropped off. We probably won't see it again for 6 months. The guy that came to help us had never seen baseboard fall off like that and scratch the floor.
The floor be that damaged.
Yeah, so he's gonna have to talk to his supervisor. Today's Saturday, so he's gonna talk to his supervisor, figure out what they can do. Of course, they have to fix it. They're the ones who caused the damage the last time they did it. But it's gonna take a while. They're gonna have to order that baseboard from Lance, and then they're gonna have to cut out that flooring most likely, and then reduce part of that floor. So that's gonna be a while, unfortunately. And of course, just like I knew they would, some of the stuff they claimed wouldn't be fixed under warranty, which, you know, the door, we did cause that damage from the wind, so I understand that one, but the drawer and some of those other things not working, that's kind of frustrating that they always want to play that game where they don't want to fix stuff. But anyway, that's another battle for another day. We'll wait and see what they say.
Yep.
And they're going to contact Lance, of course, and see what they'll cover under warranty, and then we'll let you guys know how it goes. Bye.